Hello everyone, Kiwi here and welcome back to another episode of Stoneblock 3. Today we are going to take a quick little tour of our greenhouse here. I have already designed it and decorated it and I just want to show you all that I have done. Let us go in now and start with the tour. So first we have our first floor here where we made the harvesters from last time. It is fully functional and can be left alone and it will work just fine. I've planted here some vanilla crops, mainly potatoes, beets, carrots, and wheat crops. And once I've found the farmer delights crops, I'm going to expand this and just divide them into mods. Then moving on up right over here is our collection area. I place an andesite funnel right next to our portable storage interface. This allows the items that are being harvested by our harvesters. We have an inventory here, and all of it allows to actually grab the items and dump it all here on this hopper. And from this hopper, it connects to this drawer, and anything that goes into drawers is all going to this pipe over here. Goes all the way upstairs on our pantry. Then let's just head on out on the back for a bit. Just want to show you something that I changed, and it is our redstone timers over here. I changed our T flip-flop design. I just added some blocks and a repeater. Since before this area here it's not really working, the T flip-flop design wasn't working. Though it's still the same design as this one, I don't know what I did wrong on this side. If you guys know why it wasn't working before, drop a comment down below so maybe I'll know why. But now it's just working fine and I'm happy. Alright, then let's proceed to the next floor. We have over here is our pantry. Right on the middle, I placed some spruce drawers for our bulk items, mainly the produce that are being collected by our harvesters downstairs. Since the drawers can be upgraded through 3 years, and we can just add and add in case we have full of inventory. Then on the side are our oak cabinet pantry. We will be adding here some miscellaneous items and or maybe the cooked items what we made here in our kitchen. Then on the left side, we have our open pantry. Then on the left side over here is our open pantry. We have our grated carrots, grated potatoes, and grated beetroots. This is just mainly for design and decorations, but it just completes the whole ensemble of having all the items that we can eat over here in this area. Then I added some cocoa here. I planted this here because I don't think I need a lot of them for me to automate them. So I just added them here so I can just harvest them manually. So I just place it here so I can just harvest them normally like so whenever I need some, and just place them on these oak cabinets. And right over here we have our little kitchen. Overall, the kitchen is the part of the greenhouse where I enjoy designing the most because of all the unique blocks Farmer's Delight mod has to offer. We have here the stove, skillets, and cooking pots. I have two of each of the skillet and cooking pot, since if I am cooking something here, I can just use the other one. It goes specially with the cooking pot because if you cook items from here, it will go into its internal storage, which we can't actually click on it to forcefully take the item, but we have to use a serving item over here. It can either be a bowl or glass bottle, depending on what you are cooking. Then on top, I added a range hood design over here. It's just a simple design, and a mob fan for our vents. Looks really well. Just don't jump or you'll get pushed away. And then right over here is our really magical functional sink because of the squeaky faucet. And aside from that, is behind this is a create mod mill, which we can turn wheat into wheat flour. And that wheat flour we can make it into dough, and the dough becomes bread. As for example here, let's just open the vent here, and once the item is finished milling, it will automatically be dropped over here, and then once it is done, it will turn into dough, which we can then cook into bread. Though I know you are wondering, we can just make bread using 3 wheat into one bread, but this dough is 1 wheat and one bread. It's much more efficient that way. It may have a little bit of a long process, but at least we can slow down here. This is why I love the kitchen. You can just slow down from being burned out from doing all the quests in your mod pack. And one more thing about Farmer's Delight that's good is that it has these ambient sounds. You can hear the embers from the stove, the sizzling when you are cooking something in the skillets, and the boiling pots in the cooking pot. Overall, it's just ambient and you can just relax here while making them ever so slowly. Then we have our cooking board. It's mainly used for rice. Just add here and just chop it all up. And that's how we get rice. Here we have our herb garden. I'm adding more plants here once we find more flowers. This is just something to spruce up the place. Then right at the back here we have our door. This leads to a fully automatic chicken farm. This chicken farm is mainly for vanilla, but you can use it in the mod pack. So yeah, it's really versatile since you can just place it down and leave it alone. And that is it for our kitchen. We are going to move on now to the main hall. And moving on over here, we can see the main design of our second floor. It's mostly made out of oak planks and spruce wood. The one I really like is having a different variety of the design for the planks. Using chip mod, the chip mod actually has workstations where we can change the design of our planks. Just gives a more playable area for decorating our area, like our wall design and ceiling design. Then right here, what I'm really loving about the design on our walls is the hidden lights we have here. It makes it much more realistic, a little, just a little realistic, and it goes a long way. The fading over distance of the light, having shadows over on the bottom area just makes it look more dynamic in my eyes. Then right over this large area over here, this large open area will be our mess hall. I'm going to add more chairs and table just like the one over there to here, and some small chairs and tables on the side of this side and that side. I want this area to feel like a place you can actually stop, just like what I said in the kitchen. Just stop and slow down everything. Anything you cook from our kitchen, you can just sit right over and eat them, or recuperate from all the stress of the grind and just eat and get your buffs up. As you can see also here, I moved our bed. I feel like this is much more comfy and relaxing area, so I just place it here. Even our respawn area is placed over here also. I think this is much more safer now since we can ideally get food immediately and go on back once we are done. And that is mostly it for a quick little tour in our lovely little greenhouse. I really appreciate for you giving our time for joining us in our little tour. If you have any suggestions or ideas that we can make on our greenhouse over here, feel free to comment down below and we will see what we can do. Again, thank you again, and I appreciate you for joining us over here, and I'll see you. Goodbye.